Hello! We are back this week with Vigil, Wildemount Chronicles, and hopefully you enjoy watching us today. But I think we have announcements to get to before we jump into game.
Let me unmute myself. I was definitely not about to do something else. Hey guys, we just want to say thanks to our sponsors, Cardboard Castle Games and Little Dragon Corp. Cardboard Castle Games, nope, out of order. We're Cardboard Castle Games is a lovely game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. Every time.
You got this. You got this.
Please give them your patronage if you find yourself there, and tell them Proficiency Bonus sent you for 10% off, or just check them out online if you're not in Evans, Georgia. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. You can check out their Twitter at LittleDragonCo1 to stay updated on all their awesome products, and use the coupon code PROBONUS when you head over to littledragoncorp.com, and they'll give you 10% off your order. Also, guys, don't forget to check out our other games. We basically stream like almost every single night of the week here. I did. Ignore that. We have games for several of the like major published 5e modules. We have some homebrew 5e games, and we even have some games that feature systems other than Dungeons and Dragons entirely. So we probably have something up your alley, and you should please go and support the other streams if you are able to. We're also always recruiting players, GMs, and other friends for our channel. Please check out our Twitter at ProfBonus for updates on recruiting, or just join our community Discord by doing !Discord in the Twitch chat. We welcome all levels from all experience levels from veteran gamers to total newbies. We encourage people of color, Black, Indigenous folks to join us, as well as any members of the LGBTQIAP2S+ community. Everybody's welcome. Also, thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for some of the music we use here on Wednesdays. He's a very talented composer with great content usage rules. You should check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. MysticHour?
March 5th? Is that the next one?
I don't know.
March 3rd. Next week.
What are you doing?
I'm back. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm back.
Nice.
Probably finishing Mass Effect. I think that was the plan.
Nice.
You can do it.
I can do it. Mostly settled now, so I think we're good to go back.
I thought Derek was just frozen just now. He was sitting so still, and I was gonna be like, well, Derek had an announcement, but now he doesn't.
I was reading.
You were literally not moving or blinking.
Well, sometimes you just gotta focus on something, But no, I'm here. I do have another announcement. We are playing in the wonderful world of Exandria, made by Matthew Mercer and the wonderful people at Critical Role. We are very happy to be able to play in this world, but we are not affiliated with them in any way. But we are very happy to play in this wonderful world that they have created. So definitely go check out Critical Role if you have not. So yeah. Any other announcements that we need to go over before we start?
Pee pee poo poo. Pee poo pee.
Okay. With that being said, who wants to give recap?
Don't even.
Ink.
Anyway. So,
one of these times I'm actually gonna make someone else do it instead of Ink.
No,
just
you're
to throw
not.
the ball. Oh, okay.
No, you're not. No.
Okay. Sorry.
I have this.
No, Ink
I have
just
this
had
whole
this.
book.
Right. Well,
Anyway,
if you would like to give us a recap,
I would.
Alright.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm being so fake sassy. So guys, last episode was primarily just a whole fight, but for those that maybe have not been around for a couple episodes, the setup was essentially the party was going as bodyguards with our companion Shashay to meet with a group of dragons that are the protectors of these ancient artifacts known as the Lifebloods. since it would seem that there was someone that was going around hunting down these guardians and attempting to collect the lifebloods, they wanted to try and discuss it. One of those lifebloods is in my character Dumka's throat right now. I didn't kill them, but I found the lifeblood. Anyway, this meeting ended up being pretty much ambushed by the top suspect for all of the killings, which was the holder of the red lifeblood, I believe. He is attempting to go around and collect all of the other ones. The brass is dead. He showed up with the gold's head in a bag, so basically things very quickly got out of hand as a bunch of ancient dragons decided to go toe-to-toe with each other in a small cave system. What did we do? That's a great question. Well, I was attacked by Tusk, our intern, who attempted to assassinate me, and he showed up with a crazy elf blood hunter lady and a whole bunch of werewolves that we had helped before, but apparently now are here to kill us. It was a pretty tough fight. Tremayne may or may not have been okay. She's definitely okay. Tusk is unconscious, and we escaped, leaving, I believe, no one else alive, through a teleportation circle that Shashay had created. In the midst of the battle, the silver dragon was also slain, leaving behind just the blue Dumka's draconic ancestor, as he's a draconic sorcerer, as just the blue and the red fighting. And Dumka said, "Please don't die for this." That was the last thing that was said before the spell went off, and we have been whisked away somewhere. We don't know, because we ended right there.
That we did.
We also have Tusk's unconscious body.
Yes, we did not kill Tusk. Sorry,
Yeah.
Tusk is unconscious, and we captured.
Yeah,
Beckett insisted.
we pick back up right after you all jumped through a teleportation circle. As you all are whisked through this basically space and appear in a dimly lit chamber that at quick glance none of you all have seen or been in before. This chamber is made out of worked black stone, and the floor and walls look polished, looked relatively well kept. There is a fireplace off to the side that is burning. That is where the light source is coming from. That is making this a dimly lit area. There are a couple different portrait or paintings across these stone walls, and a couple different sculptures and different art pieces also sprawled out through this room. There is what looks to be a desk and no visible way to see outside of this chamber. There's no windows. There's a small doorway off to one of the edges of the room, but outside of that, it just looks like some kind of study or art gallery kind of vibe to it. But you all are all whisked into this room. Kind of, since this is kind of the first time most of you all have been teleported, outside of maybe Matty from where she's from, but first time dealing with the effects of teleporting long distances. It's very weird, depending on how much your characters would get like queasy or, upset stomach kind of thing. Might be feeling some of that, especially some of you all that are hurt or may have just rejoined living. But you all appear in this room, and Sasha is standing there. Immediately goes over to the table, sets the remaining lifebloods down on the table, and kind of just rubs their temples, as seems like they're trying to get their thought processes going. But that is where we pick up. Is there anything you all want to do?
So there's like seating in here.
Yeah, there's a couple chairs.
And Beckett sits down.
Yeah,
There's
going for chairs.
definitely not enough chairs for everyone, but there's probably 3 or 4.
I will bear
If
my
there's-
way through to get through
If
to
there's-
the chair.
Clearly not enough chairs for everyone. Beckett
Yeah.
would probably sit on the ground with Saren.
Okay.
He's not an
Yeah, that's
imposing
fine.
man. He doesn't want to.
But yeah, anybody else?
I would go up Dumka, because he is quite low on HP, but he's also, I don't know, I feel like he's like tipsy from a combination of blood loss and teleporting, and he can operate on tipsy, so he kind of wobble steps, catches himself, and goes over to Shashay. Doesn't say anything, but just like comes up next to them, kind of like goes to reach out to like put a hand on like their shoulder, but then like hesitates and pulls it away and just sort of lingers there.
As you do this, Sasha actually opens up a drawer that's a part of this desk that they're leaning on, and takes out this cord of rope, and tie him up over there, and points off to a kind of like where like a little dining room table is, where most of these chairs are. Tie him up against the table, and kind of just tosses the rope to someone that is probably Dumka, since you're right there. Just kind of like hands it off to you, and we'll deal with him later.
Shashay. Okay. Reksha, can you help me lift them up?
Yes, and we'll just grab Tusk and lift him himself.
Yeah, okay.
Easy enough. Tusk does not weigh much at all, so
I
Take
feel
him
like
over there.
Matty. I know she's not here, but I feel like Matty would be attending to Tremayne.
okay. Yeah, it's easy enough to do. I mean, you can, if you wanted to, we can take a short rest if you all want, while we're having like kind of like a downtime situation. So if you all want to roll hit dice, you're more than welcome to. We can kind of
Yeah.
count this as a short rest.
A question
Um,
about like
sure.
near death rules or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
does this mean Vic has exhaustion?
No,
Okay,
because Revivify doesn't give exhaustion, correct?
I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
what
think
the
it
rules
does.
are.
Revivify is like the paddles. Like,
Yeah.
she's
Right.
fine.
It's resurrection, I think, that gives
Resurrection is the one that
gives
does
you
it.
exhaustion, right?
Okay.
So I
So,
just
yeah,
actually.
she's-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I just looked at Beckett's hit points, and he's probably looking pretty rough. So he's just sitting. He's probably got his head tilted back onto Saren, just like with his eyes closed.
And
Reksha?
Saren's nuzzling you. You kind of like how a dog would if you're leaning up against a.
That's my baby.
Uh-huh. What were you gonna say, Reksha?
Reksha will like look over at Matty as like one of the other few people here who can heal, and will say, if you would like to save your energy, I can tend to Beckett after I finish tying this one up. Otherwise,
I
Oh,
can
yeah,
tie
I was
him
just
up.
going through like all of my chemicals that I have on me. I'm like, I have stuff for this. I have like herbalism shit that I'm like proficient in. Like, I got shit to do.
Yeah, he
I'm
nods.
good with it.
I believe in your capabilities. I
Um,
just don't want you to run yourself out unless we have any more.
I'm tapped out. If it's like all of my stuff doesn't work anymore. It's all just chemical at this point. I'm
I
totally tapped. AKA no spell slots.
Yep.
I want to make sure that Tusk does not have more knives, thieves' tools,
Sure, make an investigation check for me.
anything that's going to
You
get
can have this set
killed.
with an advantage because he is unconscious. So,
Thanks.
Yep.
Because I know that Dumka's not very investigative. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, I have a negative 2. Why am I the well?
Why are you doing this? Why aren't you asking for help?
Yeah, so with advantage, that's a 9.
Oh, honey.
Well, the thing
you know,
is,
you find of course his arrows that were in his quiver. Take those away from him. Those are really obvious. He does have a short sword on his side. Again, really obvious to see.
Yeah.
You do find a dagger around his ankle, and take that
Okay.
away from him. So
yeah, so Dumka feels super like Dumka's like
Mhm.
cool. I got that dagger in the boot.
Yep.
All right. Everyone, I feel like I should apologize about the one spell. I don't have it fully figured out yet.
It is no problem. More importantly, are you alright?
Wounds heal, but my heart hurts. Tired of this. Looks at Tusk's unconscious body.
He's just laying there, limp still, not. Basically, he is at 0 hit points.
But he's
And will regain 1 HP after 8 hours of rest, or unless someone heals him. So he'll be unconscious for quite some time.
I should. That person, that man who was the Red Dragon, he my brother saw him at the temple. I should go. I should send him a message.
At this point, when you mentioned Ganir, both Reksha and Beckett, with your passive perceptions, as Reksha looks up from tying up Tusk, and Beckett from your angle, you actually can see a tear run down Sasha's face.
Aw.
And as you mention Ganir, they will say underneath, kind of like underneath their breath a little bit, but still loud enough to where everybody can hear them. He will pay for what he has done.
I hate to intrude, but could you tell us where you've taken us? Not that I don't trust you, but in interest of your protection and ours, knowing where we are would be beneficial.
We are, I guess, what other people would call my horde. We are in the Penumbra Range. It's a range of mountains that run between the Bright Shore and the Waste of Zorhas.
Oh, so
Damn, we got yeeted far, didn't we?
your horde. So
I'm sure you figured it out by now.
right, but I would like to hear you say it.
I know what you are.
Say it.
Say it.
Out loud.
Hopefully
dragon.
everybody would know what I am from
I mean,
the meeting. Yes. I used to go by the name Cersos, which you all have read that name before.
Did I give Shashay the dragon picture book, or
You
have
did.
I gotten to hold?
You gave it to them. I'm sure you have questions, and I will be glad to answer any that you may have. But we need to be careful. Ganir has a way of tracking these. I do not know how long it would take him to get here. We are quite a distance away, but still.
What do you suppose we do then? Because I don't believe we can return back to Port Zoon like this.
Yes, I would highly advise that we do not do that. I mean, I could send you all back. You have done your job that I contracted you for. And then I can figure out what to do from here. That way.
So, here's the thing though, like, I remember there was that whole story about, how there was like a red dragon belief that, like, Bahamut was evil, and then there was like the blood that was spilled that formed these lifebloods. So, like, what is Ganir's goal here exactly? Do you even know?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Do you think he's trying to collect all of them to make something, or just be powerful?
I would assume that he wants them to do something. I do not know what that is, especially since us as the protectors of these, we cannot use their power.
But if you are a protector of your own, but you were to come into the possession of the lifeblood of another, would you be able to use that?
That is, we've never tried. We were just guided to protect these and never to use them.
Is there a reason why you don't use them, or is it just because you can't use them?
Well, we never really had gatherings very often because of the possibility of power being able to corrupt people. So we always tried to stay apart as much as possible. But I do have a question for you all. Especially you three. And they point to Tremayne, Dumka, and Reksha. It seems like you all didn't tell me the whole truth about your trip to the sanctuary. Because Ganir said that the other 4 was in that room. So which one of you have it?
Oh, my insurance.
And please do not tell me you had
Oh.
someone attuned to it.
I wipe some of the
Oh.
blood from one of my wounds off of my hand really quick, and then I oh no.
I'm gonna go sit beside Beckett. Sorry, I'm just gonna like
Reksha,
do some brewing, but I'm not totally eavesdropping. I've
Yeah.
removed myself from the conversation, but I'm still listening.
I'm sorry, I do not like to lie. Dumka.
I'm not supposed to say things because I forget that I'm supposed to lie. Dumka has it.
I thought you all were keeping something from me. Can you hand it over, Dumka?
No.
Can you reach into, like, you know, some into
Says
somebody's
this,
skin?
this thing, so about that.
It's in your neck, isn't it? Okay. So that's not good.
Well, I knew that much. Sorry.
Lucky for you, there is another way to get it out of you without killing you. Though killing you would probably be the easier way, but
Surgery?
I'm assuming nope, not
Hey,
surgery.
hey.
I'm assuming killing you is out of the question.
I mean,
could bring
look,
you
Yes.
you're pulling people
No.
back. I just came back.
It is very true.
Stop answering for me. And look, because clearly we were not the only ones that were holding some information. You knew a lot more than you were letting on when you sent us on that mission. You knew that.
I did not actually. That was just.
Coincidence?
It was a coincidence. I had my suspicion, but I did not know for sure.
That's a
So
very
your
big
suspicions would have been given us all of the information that we needed.
You know, even if it was like, hey, just on the off chance, if you find a cool, like, brass dragon necklace, don't do anything with it. I know I wouldn't
This is
have
supposed-
listened, but
This
then
thing's
it would.
supposed to be a secret thing, so I really couldn't go around telling people about it.
Then you can't be mad at me for keeping it a secret.
I technically paid you to not keep it a secret, to be fair.
He's not.
But that's, you know.
We can go back and forth about it, back and forth and back and forth. How do we get it out?
Well, like
Without
I said,
killing.
without killing you. There is a ritual we can do. It will hurt a lot, and I'll need some ingredients.
I have stuff for pain.
Oh. I'm sure that would help.
Just to make it go faster, you know.
I mean, when you take it out, what are you going to do with it? You said that he can track them down. What, are you just going to take them all and go run somewhere until he chases you down again?
I have not thought that far ahead.
Then let's not immediately do the painful thing to me.
Okay.
Quick question: is it easier to track, like, when it's not inside somebody's clavicle, or does the clavicle placement not matter? Like, you know, is it harder for Genya to track because it's in Dumka?
I have no clue. I have no clue how he is even tracking them. I didn't think that was possible.
Well, he definitely knew that I had it. But
I would assume so.
But, I mean, that does not necessarily mean that he can track it in me. We showed up and Zach kicked his knees out, and he was not able to get the brass lifeblood when he was there.
He knew
He had
we
to
were there and he
flee.
left, yeah. Could have been an assumption because he saw us
Definitely could have been.
It is an interesting theory to try and maybe, if I could have some time with him, maybe I could figure out how he's tracking them. Do some research on it. Try some
So
experiments.
that's a possibility. We should be safe here for at least a night. Like I said, I'm not sure how long it would take him to travel, and also after what was happening, will probably need some time to rest if he's not dead.
I did not think that he was going to be able to go in a 2v1 fight and be winning.
Ganir's always been the strongest one out of all of us, physically.
How
Didn't
old are all of you? Or is like Ganir like a title that gets passed?
No, we are all
Like as old as
very
that story?
old. Yes.
Yeah, and until we know how they're tracking, there's no way. It's just a wild goose chase, like forever running.
Exactly.
We need to figure out how to block the tracking.
I was thinking about maybe finding a place to lure him and set up a trap, but I am not as strong as I once was. And even if I was in my fighting capabilities, don't think I could take Ganir by myself.
Then why don't you give your lifeblood to us so we can use it, and then we can help fight him?
Or give all of them to us.
Yeah, why
It's
don't...
a fair assumption to believe that they can't be tracked if they're inside someone else.
But at the very least, we could use them. If we take them, if we get the remaining ones and we can use them.
At the very least, experiments should be made. Like, we shouldn't just jump to, like, let's just lure him immediately. I think we need some time.
Do we have time?
What I want you all to do is, Matty and Tremayne, you all can make persuasion checks, or you can give one of the other advantage.
I will gladly take a persuasion check.
Sure.
Yeah, I have a +2 to persuasion, so I'll give Matty advantage.
All right. Oh hell yeah! Oh shit! Damn, Matty, that's an 18 and a 19 on die. +5.
24.
Thank you.
There is, I guess, no harm to experimenting with this idea of him not being able to track them if they're in use by someone else. However, these things will take a lot out of mortal people, which I'm sure Dumka could attest to.
How bad is it?
It burned.
Oh.
It was like pouring whiskey on an open wound on my throat. Actually, if I remember correctly, I think it went into my hand and it moved its way to my throat.
Yep.
So
you were tuning to it in your hand.
So it was more like a snake made of fire crawling around inside of me until it eventually wrapped around my throat. It's not fun.
That sounds incredible, though.
Matty,
I mean, I can. Are there like torches in here?
There's a fireplace.
I mean, I can like, and I do the like Zuko thing where I like inhale and it makes the fireplace light up, and then I exhale and I make the fireplace go down.
Okay.
It is powerful.
My statement still stands. It's pretty cool.
So if we are to do this, I would need everyone's word that once it is done, you will relinquish them back to me, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are still technically your bodyguards, right? So if you need help fighting, beef us up.
Because
We will also need to collect some materials to do this ritual, since you all are opposed to killing each other.
When you
unfortunately,
say it that way.
hey, because Dumka wasn't doing a whole lot of talking until he was specifically addressed. How's Beckett looking at this whole conversation, Chel?
He is very glassy-eyed and like doing that thing where you find a spot in the room to stare. You can tell he's listening because his ears kind of turn to face whoever's speaking, but he is like just like sitting like that.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, who wants to be the first experiment?
Well, here's the thing. We already have someone that like we have a lifeblood inside of them,
That's true.
but then we also have a lifeblood that's not in. Is it? Shasha, is it inside of you?
No, it's
No,
on the table.
Yeah, they're on the.
So
We should
There's
start with
three
the
of these
left
lifebloods.
So-
There's three of the
Right.
lifebloods
It's
on
right
the
frickin' there.
okay.
yeah on the little like desk that they have in this room.
Sorry.
No, it was just
I
she
was-
was just like no.
I think I was getting my dinner when that was said. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But shouldn't we like if we wanted to see whether or not it being inside somebody makes it like hard to find, then should we test on the difference between Dumkas and these others
Absolutely.
before we put
Yeah.
them inside of ourselves?
Yes, a controlled experiment. Absolutely.
I would say we could try using spells like locate objects and other divination magic. If he's tracking them, that would be the number one way to figure it out. So I could try to cast it on the lifeblood that is inside of Dumka, and then on the ones in the table to see if it pings. I don't know if the way that he would be tracking them is inherently different, but it would at least give us something to work off of.
That is true. Well, we can do that. I'm assuming you have access to the spell?
I do.
Because I could also attempt the very basic detect magic. And see if the magic like changes.
That would be good to. Well,
No.
I.
Not us being silly in the chat.
Oh,
Derailing
God.
your pee.
It might be good. I do know that there are several magical items that you would ping in this room.
How about we stop bleeding out on Shasha's floor?
We definitely need a proper rest at this point before we go into any experiments.
This is a lot.
This is a stone floor. It would be easy to clean up, so don't worry too much about that.
There's also.
How big is this horde?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that?
How big is this horde? Like, how big is this place?
Well, this is my main chambers.
Okay.
There's a couple of different entranceways and exits throughout the mountain range.
Okay,
However, this is like the biggest room.
that's fine. For tomorrow or whenever we do this experiment, I feel like for us to locate Dumka needs to hide. We're gonna play hide and seek.
The tunnels can be maze-like,
You can go
so
with it.
just be aware of that. What?
Okay.
I guess you all could use a rest. Sorry, this isn't a super comfortable area to sleep in, but make yourselves at home.
Goes over to Beckett. Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You've been staring at that lint for about 30 minutes now.
It's just a lot of information to take in.
Well, if you need anything, pat.
Thank you.
Tremayne, as the person who died recently, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Very sore, but yes, you are all right.
I don't tell him that. I'm fine. Could someone who wasn't fine do this? And I do a burpee.
Yes. In fact, I would say that it is easy to do that when you're still coming down from an adrenaline high.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine.
She's like, I don't know what adrenaline high is.
That was very accurate.
Just gonna sleep it off later, you know?
As long as everyone is okay.
I feel like people who are insightful probably saw that, like, throughout, like, the time that we've been here, Tremayne has definitely been, like, glaring in the direction of Tusk and, like, doing, like, the thing of, like, oh my god, alright, you know when, like a man, like, like, is angry and will, like, sit and just be, like, clenching his fists? They do the thing where they can't, like, say,
do
like,
that.
I'm sad. There's,
I
like,
do
dudes, and they'll just, like, clench their fists or, like,
Yeah.
she's definitely been doing that for anybody who is insightful
Okay,
and is just
noted.
like looking at Tusk.
Tremayne is
Also-
putting
And
out
also
slipping
and
vibes.
Shashay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make tea for everybody, and hopefully that makes everybody's mood a little bit better.
Well, while you are making tea, there is another thing that you all should probably know about me. You know that I am a dragon. However, I can no longer take my draconic form. I have lived a very long time without being able to do so.
Why?
I was cursed by a necromancer. His name was Thalrig. At first I thought of him as a friend. Quickly found out he was not the person I was hoping he was.
Is there a way to do that? I don't know a whole lot about.
It is a very powerful curse. I have looked into individuals that study curses all over, and none of them have been able to fix it. It's actually part of the reason why I went to Port Zoon in the first place. Their Mizna from the Church of Morden is a well-renowned person that studies curses. They even couldn't figure it out. So it seems like I'll be stuck like this for forever.
So you were just in Port Zoon to try to fix your little problem?
Originally, yes. But I quite liked Port Zoon for some reason. It grows on you. So I just ended up staying there.
That's really sweet. How long have you been stuck like this?
For longer than I would like to admit, so.
Having fun, just, playing humanoid, making friends with whoever was around to just try to make this curse hurt less? Is that what all of this was? Just looking for a way to pass the time and take your mind off of it? Convenient?
It would be wrong for me to say, but yes, that did help. Meeting new people, making new friends. I have lived a very solitary life before I was cursed. And afterwards opened my eyes to what friendship could actually be.
I'm glad that we were here to entertain you. And I'm just, going somewhere else. I get up and I'm just, storming off.
Yeah, you exit the room and there is a worked hallways that lead off into the dark, and you can just wander around. There's
just find a dark corner and just slide down the wall and just hang my head in between my knees and just be pissed.
Okay. Beckett, how you doing?
Is that Matty?
Yeah.
So I bet so, but I'm okay.
You want a healing potion?
No, darling, that's okay.
Sure.
No, I'll take a nap and I'll be fine.
You want a cup of tea?
I'll take it.
Okay, I'll give you a cup of tea. I give Shashay a tea because it always makes people feel better.
Aw.
they
That's
will
a
happily
compliment.
take tea.
Yeah. Reksha, Dumka, you guys want tea? I can put an analgesic in it to help with pain.
I'm fine.
No?
I'll take a cup for now.
I'm gonna go check on Tremayne and I'm gonna bring the excuse of tea.
Okay.
Over to Tremayne in our dark corner.
Yeah, you just walk down the hallway that exits this room, and probably 90 feet down the hallway is where you'll find Tremayne just sitting in the hallway in the dark.
Just gonna slide down, sit beside her, and offer to tea. It'll help you sleep good.
I think I'll sleep just fine tonight.
Don't want it?
Mm-mm.
Do you want some alcohol?
I mean, if
I
you
also-
have it, like, if you just have some, like...
Have you seen my menu? And I shall pull out one of her home breweries. It's like probably like one of those fermented like fruit wines that she was experimenting with to make into healing potions, but she hadn't gotten that far yet. So it's just wine.
She just chugs it. That's
That will
pretty
also
good.
help you sleep.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
the bottle's empty. I'll just maybe need
Oh.
that for something
Okay.
else. I'm fine.
Really?
You know, it's I entertain people in my other job
Right.
as a necessity. It is also fun for me, but it is rooted in necessity. And so it always means a lot to me that my friends are around and they don't know about that first, you know, because then they're friends for me and not what sort of entertainment I can offer them or what protection I can offer them. And so it hurts a little bit to think that somebody that was my friend before I knew any of you found me convenient and as a way to pass the time while they were feeling sad about their sorry situation and lied to me about what they really were.
Yeah, I could see how that's hurtful. Absolutely. But I think, and I don't think I'm reading too much into this, but I think it might have started that way. But I think you're one of the people that changed Shasha's mind about how they were living their life before. I know you do that for me. All of you do.
I don't want to be a lesson. I want to be somebody's friend. Oh,
What?
rip camera. Rip. Matty just de-apparates from the scene.
Maddie's like, oh, I just want to be someone's friend. Maddie's like, oh, well,
Yikes,
about
I
that.
gotta
Bye.
Oh, it's like horrible timing. I'm so sorry.
I really just wanted to see your rock candy.
Oh no. And also, I think that a friendship, regardless of how strong it is, that is built entirely on a foundation of lies, like a couple lies, like a couple little ones that you bring out later, like, you know, lies of omission, because you're like waiting for somebody to warm up to you before you tell them that you know, like to put ranch on your mac and cheese or something. Like, that's fine. But like, hey, I am like a dragon and I have been cursed and I also carry like an ancient artifact that could get everybody killed, including like the innocent people in your hometown. You know, that as a foundation for a friendship just like doesn't sit right with me. But it's, you know, it's fine.
It doesn't feel fine, does it?
Just need a little time to
Decompress it. Analyze it. Think about it. Think about the memories. Do you think everything that you've shared with Shasha is fake? Do you think they were lying the entire friendship? Do you think you had 0 real moments together? Because then, yeah, kick Shasha's ass. They can't turn into a dragon anymore. We could do that. But if you feel like there's some glimmer of truth in that friendship, maybe think on it a little bit.
You know, I'm starting to see a happy medium in this. Because at first
Yeah?
I was really wishing that Tusk was awake so that I could beat him to a pulp and knock him out
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But now I think, give me a little time, and I think I have a happy medium that resolves this without hurting Tusk.
Oh.
Well, it could if but you know.
I mean, we can. Tusk is a lot, and like I barely know him, and like he's a lot for me.
He's just a, you know, he would be a convenient like outlet, but because that's just Give me a bit and I'll be back.
As you all are having this conversation in the
You're
hallway.
muted, Kristy.
Yeah, I was having echo issues, so I had to like
Rip.
reset things.
Ah.
So yeah, Matty will kind of just like sit and probably bring out another bottle, another flask that she had. And be like, here,
Sure,
try this.
yeah.
I'm testing it.
As you all are having that conversation in the hallway, Sasha in the room with the other three. Well, there's something else I could show you all. Would you all like to see the surroundings outside?
I think some fresh air would do everyone some good.
No, not this fresh air.
It's better than
You
being
won't
in
be
one-
actually. You won't be. It's like you'll be looking through glass. You will not be outside, but I can at least show you the surrounding area. And they'll walk over to a part of the wall, and they will hit a hidden kind of button, kind of like an arcane sigil will appear as they touch the wall, and right where their desk is starts to shimmer, and basically looks like how a two-way mirror almost looks like when you turn on the light to where you can see through it. Kind of looks like that as it reveals this overlooking a very unique area. This is they call this Encanter's Rest. This is a Calamity era battlefield. And as Sasha is telling you all this, the first thing that pops out is there is 3 dead titans standing, or not standing, but like across this area.
Huh.
Huh.
This is this place actually was Falrig's a home before I killed him, and I kind of just made it to my own. They actually wanted to resurrect those titans out there and use them to kill everybody in the dwindling empire. No, couldn't let that happen. But I figured you all might find it interesting to see this area. Also, the things I need are down there for the ritual. So, to extract the lifebloods, if you all decide to take them into yourselves. So,
No.
Go on.
I just had noted that was it.
And this is a very gloomy area here. You can see remnants of old buildings that have been totally destroyed, and there's just ruins everywhere. You see that the Titans are basically just bone at this point. There's like no flesh or anything, so it's like imagine like the giant like in fantasy movies where there'd be like a giant creature that has died and it's just their bone structure left, is basically what's going on here with these Titans. And there's been multiple conflicts in this area. Most people don't call it home anymore. And it can be a very dangerous place. A lot of necromantic magic has been infused into that area down there, and it is definitely some place I would not want to go in my state. So, but figured you all would like to see.
It's like looking at a painting. It doesn't feel like it's real. And yet it is. You've lived a very interesting life.
Yes, Olive. Sometimes I wish it was less interesting, to be honest.
I was about to say that I can only hope that the candle of my life burns a fragment as bright.
You may wish that now, but if you had been through some of the things I have, you would not wish that anymore. Well, I guess while we're here, I could get you at least the money that I owe you from the day's travel so far. And they will walk over to another area where there's a portrait or a painting on the wall. They will move it, and it kind of like swings open to reveal a pretty large safe that is like embedded into the stone here. And I think that's where we'll take our break.
We'll be right back, everybody. Hold your butts.
Yeah, we're gonna grab some drinks, snacks, and we'll be back in a moment. So
Maybe.
we'll see you then.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
well, hello. We are back. We have gotten our snacks, some food, and we are ready to get back to the story. So, what was the plan? Um, well, first of all, Sasha went over to a hidden safe embedded into the black stone wall, and spent a good 5 minutes over there. You hear coins hitting against each other, and they come back and put uh, five different bags on the table and say, "This is for our 10 days that we've been together so far. Please take one. That is 200 platinum for you."
thank you.
But I guess we are going to turn in and try and get some rest. Seems like all of us could use some.
Yes, I would say so.
Sorry, there's not beds here, unfortunately, but I'm sure we can make do.
There's probably one in the bag holding.
A bed?
Or like a
No,
bedroll.
like the bedroll stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure that most adventuring kits come with a bedroll, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
probably almost all of y'all have
Get
one.
some sleep and have a sleepover.
So if there's any conversations you all want to have in the meantime, while I'm assuming taking a long rest.
Is Shashay gonna just vibe in the room with us, or does Shashay go? Okay.
No, Sasha is just staying in the room.
Okay.
So
Reksha wants to go check up on Dumka since he almost got assassinated.
That's fair.
So we'll probably just sit down, like this very specific sit that I imagine Reksha doing, where it's just like legs out, hands in between legs. Ink knows what I mean, I think.
You do it on my bed.
Yeah, but we'll just like sit down next to Dumka and we'll say, "Is your neck feeling okay?"
Oh, it's fine. I got tough scales. Put a hole through my scarf, though. Very upset. I'm very upset.
Upset in more ways than one, I imagine.
Yeah. And confused. But that's also normal.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't.
Normally you very confidently have no idea what's going on. This is different. You are allowed to talk about it.
What is there to say? I don't feel confident anymore. This is so far beyond what I thought I was going to be dealing with when I thought of the Iron Line. Bandits, fine. Werewolves, even, sure. Not multiple ancient dragons vying for power over ancient artifacts. And I thought in the very beginning, I thought this is my chance to find my reason for being in this story. But Shashay's right. Glory seekers either just end up dead or wishing that they never had to do it in the first place. So what's the point?
Shashay has their own personal experience, but they are only one person. One person who has lived a long life, but they have only lived their life. Yours doesn't have to be the same as Shashay's. You were
When
born special, Dumka.
I was.
And you are connected to all of this for a reason.
I've been thinking about that. I mean, that was Zolbeer. I didn't get to say anything to I said something to him just as we left, and that was the first thing that I have ever said to him, and it was, please don't die here. He is, I owe him just as much as I do my mother and father for my existence, because without his influence, I would not be me. I wouldn't be special. I'd be just another spoiled nobleman's child who never amounted to anything. I wouldn't be. And I don't know what this. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's okay.
Well, I can only say to you what I'm sure many people have said to you, especially in the church. Have faith. Either way, he has entrusted you with his legacy, and it is your right to forge whatever path you want with it. There will be regrets, but now of all times, when you're so young and small, is not the time to look back on them.
Not that small.
I thought so too until I saw the rest of your family. You are perfectly sized to me. Hugs.
Huh.
And with that, does anybody else want to have any conversation before we take a long rest?
Tremayne will come back in at some point and just will approach Shashay.
As you and Matty re-enter, Sashay will point to the desk where some bags are still sitting for you all, also. But you approach Sashay.
Yeah, I'll look at the money and be like, "That's great," and then go up to them and punch them in the face, like super hard as I can.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Go, big boy. Yeah. What's my attack? Unarmed strike as it's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Do you have
I don't have a thing, but I do have a +5 to strength, so I do 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. As you walk up to Sashay and just crack them in their chin, they just look back at you, and just give you kind of a nod, and I guess I deserved that.
I feel a little better now.
You know, Tremayne, I haven't considered many people actual friends. And even though I didn't tell you everything about me, I do want you to know that I did and still do consider you a very good friend. Even if you don't anymore.
It's a one-sided friendship for now. You're on very thin. You know how shale rock will get those little thin, crumbly layers. You're on one of those. We'll see how everything goes, and then maybe we can be friends again.
I guess it's good that I'm in a smaller form now. Not as heavy.
Okay, that was
Matty
pretty
totally
clever.
giggles.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. That was a good one.
Like I said, there's your payment. Also, and Sasha has left open the kind of like the window that they have overlooking the valley below, and you will also see that the three dead titans, they're basically their skeletal remains and all that kind of stuff.
And it's like
down there
amongst
also.
like, is it a town or?
It's
Like
not necessarily
ruins?
a town. It's there's just different. It's really hard to tell. It seems
Okay.
like
Rubble.
there's been many fights, many battles here that you can definitely see there's remnants of buildings, but you don't know
Okay.
if it was a town. You don't know if it was like a military settlement.
Okay.
Most of it is like torn down, and you can barely see the remnants of like, structures. So, but it also does connect. You can actually see the sea, the water off in the distance too. This is on a coast.
Well then, that's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, did Matty, Tremayne, Beckett, did you all have anything else you all wanted to do before the long rest?
He probably lays awake for a while.
Okay.
Trying to, because he's feeling really anxious, so he's probably just trying to busy himself with sharpening his sword on his whetstone, or making sure all of his arrows are, like all of the arrowheads are properly tied to the shaft of the arrow, making sure he has all of his arrows, just doing literally anything he can to keep his hands busy for a while.
You do notice as you're staying up that it seems Sasha also doesn't sleep a lot. So they are also awake for a good bit, but they do eventually go to sleep also. But everybody can take a long rest, regain hit points, all their spell slots, all the good
Did you
stuff.
have something, Kristy? I think you said something.
Oh, yeah, did you?
Yeah, I think because Kristy can't remember. It's been
Sure.
forever. I think Maddie's working on something for Reksha, or did I already do that?
I mean, it's an ongoing project. I'm pretty
Yeah, she'd be doodling, doing stuff,
Okay.
working on projects, work in progress projects.
Gotcha.
They can go over to their little corner of the room where everyone
Yeah.
can see them mumbling to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you all can use there is, like I said, a small
Refill
little
tea.
dining table that you all can, sit
I
at and
definitely
do
make
sketches
sure
and
to
stuff.
like
So
time it so like when I think that the tea is gonna be like near the end of their cup, I go over and refill.
okay, sure, yeah,
It never
easy
gets
enough.
empty.
All right. So yeah, with that, everybody can take a long rest, regain everything that they have used, and we pick up the next morning.
Beckett's probably up early.
Okay.
Again. Anxious belly.
Yeah.
Reksha wakes up a little later, but he's going to spend a bit of time preparing his spells, meaning that's what I'm doing. So don't talk to me because I
Okay.
don't have a good response.
So everybody go talk to Reksha right now since Graf is, preoccupied.
I'm
Reksha,
also
about
with
what you
Graf
said
on
last
Pickaxe.
night.
Oh. Sorry, what was that?
Said Reksha about what you said last night. I was
Oh.
joking. I was joking.
Fuck off.
Reksha's not a very good morning person that you're finding out now.
Is Tusk awake? Is Tusk still fucking tied up?
Tusk is still tied up.
I actually want to go. I'm not just looking. If I see him like sitting in the position that he was tied up in, that is not enough. I'm going in and personally inspecting the knots that are holding him down.
Sure.
In case he's doing that sneaky thing where you pretend to be tied up but you're not.
Yeah, it's easy enough. You don't even need to make a check for it. You walk over, you check the knots that Dumka and Reksha, I believe, tied up, and they are still secure. And make a perception check for me.
Alright, guys, I got this. Everybody can go home. I'm about to roll a natural 20.
You do have player inspiration.
No, I rolled actually really good. I rolled a 16 minus 2. So that's a 14.
Husk is still relatively beat up and definitely wounded. You do notice that he seems to be acting like he's asleep.
Okay, so in that case...
But you because you see like his eyes behind his eyelids, like they're still closed, but you see them moving and kind of like reacting to sounds and
So then I'm
things
gonna...
like that. So you can tell that he's acting asleep at the moment.
I'm gonna kind of like half turn to like my friends, but still keeping him like in view. And look at everybody and say, okay, everybody, Tusk is still asleep, so I think it's time for us to cut off his tail so I can take it as a trophy. Is everybody ready? And I wink at them.
Go ahead and make me a deception check.
I don't
Do
want
it,
to roll
Dylan.
that die, I want to roll the big boy. Deception?
Yeah.
16.
As you say that,
Okay, I'm getting out my sword. Alright, everybody.
You want me to hold it?
Tusk
Yeah.
does not move, does not react,
I
Yeah.
grab his tail.
doesn't react.
What do I go and like put my sword a little bit on his tail?
Still acting like he's asleep.
Okay, wake the fuck up, you annoying cat.
I smack him in the face with his own tail.
Leave him alone.
He's awake, he's just faking it.
And he will open his eyes.
Matty. Reksha will come over and like grab Matty's hand.
Can you please stop doing that?
We don't bully prisoners.
He tried to kill Dumka! And he didn't listen to anything we asked him to do! Like, if you were my employee, you would have been fired yesterday! On the spot! No questions asked! And determination!
You did shoot one of your employers in the neck.
You shot him in the neck. And that's a perfect segue into asking you what's really going on.
Beckett?
He's just sitting there.
I shouldn't be the one to do...
You can tell he is not making eye contact with anybody, kind of just still like his head's pointed down to the ground.
I'll come over. I'll squat down in front of him. Tusk. Turn your head.
Slightly moves his head upwards. Still doesn't look you in the eyes or anything. He's basically looking at your chest right now.
Are you sure I can't grab his tail, Reksha? Okay, just checking.
We need to have the moral high ground, at the very least.
Who needs that?
You guys are not quiet.
I do. I don't bully people.
He started it.
Normally, this would be the moment where you would be exclaiming about how they put you under a magic spell, or they have your long lost twin brother, or you are indebted to them with your whole family and you need to fight just to be able to survive, otherwise they'll go after your parents. Say it's one of those.
If I did, that would be a lie.
So you wanted to do this?
Originally, yes. Not after I got to know you all, though.
Well, apparently something changed your mind again.
You can tell that he's trying to find the right words to say, and he eventually, what would you do for family?
For my family, I would honestly do a lot.
So you understand why I was doing it.
Those people were your family?
Veneer's really the only family I've ever had.
Veneer. You didn't mention him before.
I think you can understand why I didn't.
You could have gave him a different name and still mentioned him.
I guess
So-
that's true, but
So you and Veneer go way back. He's the only person that ever cared about you. And then Veneer decides to go on a big dragon murderous rampage to collect all the lifebloods, and one of them just happened to be in my throat.
yes,
Just business.
at first.
Sounds a bit culty.
What do you mean at first?
You all felt like how Veneer originally did. He has changed over the years, and gotten almost like losing his mind. Originally, he was a lot nicer, I guess, at least to me. and you all brought back that feeling of having a group of individuals that were like a family.
Then why, if you know that he has changed, did you still do what you did? I don't understand why the turning point. And look at me.
It's-
Look. I can't even be mad. They are all furious in their own way. I can't be mad because I don't understand.
As I owe everything to him, and I could not let him down, even if I didn't want to do it.
Oh, him what?
Everything.
Can you extrapolate on that one?
He gave me a place to call home. He basically raised me.
Okay, there it is. He's your dad.
I would not call him my dad, no, but
Well, guardian.
teacher,
Big brother.
mentor,
Daddy.
brother is a little better, but still.
I mean, he's way older than you, isn't he?
Yes.
Grandpa?
Why are you making this weird?
You made it weird when you showed up and shot an arrow in my neck.
That. Thank you, Dumka.
Why am I not dead?
That. I point to Dumka.
Husk, oh, I certainly wish you were.
Really, in the moment, it was because of Beckett.
And that.
Looks over in your direction, but again does not make eye contact with you, Beckett.
Beckett, who was also your teacher.
Too cowardly to look at me.
Not cowardly.
You are.
Dumka's gonna, like, stand up and walk out of the way so that Beckett can move in if he wants to.
He doesn't move from where he is.
I thought we
Like
had
I
a
said,
thing. We really had fun training together. I thought you were enjoying it.
I was.
So you're telling me, he'll actually take a step forward now,
Ooh.
that the reason that you did what you did is because you owed him everything.
Yes.
You're telling me that you are so cowardly that you couldn't even look someone who you say raised you in the eyes and tell them no?
You don't really tell Ganir no anymore.
So why? Explain that one to me.
Why? Yeah, anymore.
Why can't you tell Ganir no?
If I were to, I would be dead.
So if you're saying because Ganir is a very powerful being that you couldn't tell him no because you'd be dead. You couldn't do the right thing.
Yes.
You're a coward.
And I guess I am.
Yeah, because I did the right thing.
I understand how difficult it is when someone who raises you from the ground up begins to change before your very eyes, and there's nothing else you feel like you can do. But in the moment, you need to make a decision for yourself, not for them. If you can't stand up to him, you can always leave. I did.
2 for 2.
I am definitely not as strong as you all, maybe. I'm not talking about in physical, talking more about the mental side of things. There was a moment where I almost didn't leave the Iron Line that day and
I don't
get
care
on the
about
ship.
almost.
Let him speak, please.
Beckett walks away.
I'm watching Beckett walk away, but I'm purposely standing still so I can listen so I can tell Beckett later.
I don't know really what to say. I'm sorry for what I did.
How about this? Because maybe you know Ganir better than anyone else in this room. Do you have any idea why he is doing this? Do you have any idea of his plan or how he's able to figure out where the lifebloods are?
I do not know how he is tracking them. All I was told was to find you all and stay close. I am not sure how he is tracking them. However, in the past few years, like I said, he's been more obsessive over his lifeblood. And I would find him conversing with himself when he thought no one was watching. And I caught a few times him mentioning someone by a title of Empress. So I don't know if that means anything to anyone else.
Quick, just like a clarification question. So when he said to find us, did he like have a specific person in mind, or just like the group of us? Like how did that work?
He just told me to find you all. He didn't specify one particular person out of your group.
From when he saw us back in the temple, I believe.
He didn't mention anything about Beckett. All he told me was gave me the description of Zach.
Is there like a particular reason why you were attacking Dumka, like specifically, or like why target him? Don't I know that? Don't put your hand down. Take your hand, and I pull it down and I hold it. My poor friend Dumka, patting his hand, not letting him touch his throat, pretending like we don't know. He's very weak. Was that why? Why were you attacking him?
Nier contacted me and told me what he wanted was with Dumka, and told me to take him out as fast as possible.
Okay, that's all of my questions for now.
I have a question that you never really answered. We were talking about it and then things got distracting. Why did you almost stay at the Iron Line, but then you didn't? What was all that about? What happened?
Because I didn't want to hurt you all. Like I said, you all, it felt like how it was originally with Ganir.
Yeah, so you were gonna
I
say.
just wasn't.
You know how counterproductive that sounds? You didn't want to hurt us all, and then you shoot Dumka in the neck.
I was
Either way, you're hurting
scared what
If I
Ganir
hold
would
my
do.
breath, I can make it whistle now. Stop!
Oh my god, this
Matty
is
would
cursed.
love that. Wait, do it again.
Oh god.
Look what you've done, Tusk. Look what you've done. Oh, jeez. That was good.
Sorry, it was getting real heavy in here. I thought we just needed a little.
I just couldn't disappoint Ganir.
Even though it would have been the right thing to do. It sounds like he disappointed you, not the other way around.
Maybe so.
Say you had went against Ganir. What do you think he would have done to you?
Come and find me. Probably destroy wherever I was. So even if I stayed behind, I wouldn't have been able to actually stay with you all anyways.
So you go against us. So now what are we supposed to do with you?
I don't know. I am surprised I am even still alive.
Do you remember what I said when I first met you? And everyone pulled weapons on you, but decided to go off and chase the people that were attacking you, and I stayed behind. Do you remember what I said? I said, I always like to make a friend instead of an enemy. Now I don't know. I'm a really great friend.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
What it's worth, I am sorry that I did that to you. To all of you. But I can't take it back now.
No, you can't. I want to be angry. I want to just be able to snap my fingers and fry you into a little teeny tiny pile of dust. But I'm not. I don't know why. I can't do it.
You should do it. It's what I deserve.
No, that's not me. I will not speak for everyone else in this room, but that's not me. I know, it's you. I'm thinking about you. So, no, sit there and think about what you did. I need to... Someone else do something. I need to figure out how I'm going to word all of this to my brother. And I'm gonna walk to, like, the other end of the room.
I feel like I should say, whoever tied me up probably should do a better job of looking for weapons. I have a few more daggers on me. I could have broken out while you were asleep.
I should have checked. That's on me.
I'm gonna check his body.
I'm so fucking stupid.
Yeah, he will kind of like move in like to where he'll like lean forward to reveal some more like 3 more daggers that he had hidden on his body.
Nice.
And these aren't like your normal like big hilt like have a guard. These are
they're
smaller
hidden.
knives that are
Mhm.
meant for concealment. So
She's taking notes of like his like mechanisms. Like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll use that later.
what now?
Does anyone have any more questions for Tusk? Should we?
You're definitely not getting paid.
Yeah, I think you're probably kicked out of the program too. You know what? And this is awful because now you are our flagship for the internship program, and you failed. So now our internship program has failed. So thanks for that.
I'm sorry.
We're 0 for 1.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Maddie isn't an intern. She moved right up to full member because you know what?
Uh-huh.
Because you know what? She listened. She provided something unique. She has a great personality. Like, need I go on?
She works on the team.
She's got a great sense of style. Not, like, required to, like, be part, but, like, we all look good.
Wait, are you implying that Tusk doesn't look good?
He's a little ragged. He's a little...
Yes,
he's a
especially
little...
now.
He's a little
his
bit...
fur is singed
Oh, buddy.
from jumping through the wall of fire. He looks really rough right
Why
now.
did you do
He's
that?
a little bit of a
That's a question.
ragamuffin.
Why did you jump through the wall of fire?
That is a great question, actually. This is the
Actually,
second
let's circle back to that.
It's magical fire. It will not burn any less if you cover yourself in water.
Isn't that exactly what the guy that when we found you tried to do? That we like literally saw his body get like all burned up.
Oh.
I thought water would help. Did not. It hurt
Who were
a lot.
actually- Now that's a good question. Were those people that were chasing you, was that like a setup? Were they like
Yes.
fake?
Kinnear hired them.
So
I gotta come off mute. I know Dumka's not listening, but it's. If anyone's played Fallout New Vegas, sorry, kid, it was rigged from the start.
Yeah, I feel like Tremayne and Matty just share a look like,
I wasn't even there, and that's.
I suppose they weren't the only ones caught up in the scheme, seeing as the people that we helped at the very beginning of our career were also there.
Wow.
yeah, you know what? Fuck those guys. We literally saved them from like the gallows and being cast away as deserters, and they really just didn't even bat an eye. I'm not helping anyone ever again.
It's our job, Tremayne. You'll have to.
No, I'm going to. Our mercenary company is now only going to hurt people.
oh,
No.
That was actually the first time I've ever seen any of them, those four. So I didn't even know who they were.
Oh boy. Sounds like you've been manipulated this whole time too. While you were manipulating us, you were being manipulated.
A lot of manipulation, yes.
Thanks for that. Well, I'm gonna give you some sleepy time tea. So you don't have any urges if Kinnear's like in your head or something weird. So at least you'll have a nice rest. You know, you hit
I
points
could-
back, you'll be fine, but you're gonna stay asleep for the night.
I could give you some some of Tremayne's sleepy time tea.
Oh, that's
It's a knuckle sandwich.
Oh,
I
thought you
punch
meant
you in
wine.
the face until you
I
pass
thought you
out.
meant the wine.
No, that's for me.
I would much rather have Maddie's tea.
It's good. It's all natural. All natural. Totally safe. I drink it every night.
I mean, anything's better than getting punched in the face by Tremayne. It hurts a lot.
It doesn't hurt that bad. Get used to it.
It's faster.
I would still rather have your tea.
Okay. I'll go make you some. I'm still mad at you though. You would be totally fired.
Walk away.
This means that you're not going to kill me?
Not yet.
You kind of see that he relaxes a little bit, since no one said that they were going to kill him. So
Didn't say we wouldn't.
yeah, but no one answered. So
I mean, you don't know what I'm putting in the tea.
also
Your
true.
chances of being killed by someone right now are low, but they're not zero.
Zero.
It's never zero.
It's never zero.
No, it's fine.
Hey,
I will quickly get him the sleepy, like she always has
Hey,
this ship route.
Maddie.
We'll get him the sleepy time tea.
oh no! Maddie, that's not Alchemist.
I'm sorry. No. I'll get him the sleepy time.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry, Beckett. 'Cause I wanted to give him the information he missed. Every sleepy time tea.
I'll take the teacup and I'll give it to him, and I will just push Maddie to go talk to Beckett. Go give Beckett some of his sleepy time pee.
Beckett probably just went over. He was probably just sitting.
Oh. Yeah, I gave
In
you
hand.
the LDR rundown of what you missed and what he said. So, if you have any comments on what he said. Feel free to say them.
He probably just listens and nods.
Yeah. Kept saying he didn't want to be a disappointment, but that really backfired.
Excuses.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I just hit a little close to home, that's all.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seemed like it hit a nerve. I have tea for that.
Do you?
Yeah. There's some like chamomile tea that helps with anxiety. There's a tea for everything.
That's very kind of you, but I think I'm okay on the tea right now.
I do have one question. You don't have to answer.
Hmm.
Like once, if yes, and twice from now. I don't know. Did you say no to a dragon too? There's a lot of
Yes.
dragons happening around, and I just wanted to double check that I didn't misread that.
No, you didn't.
Ooh, do we know which one?
Not any that we've met so far.
Okay. So that's
But
why-
yes, I do know which one.
And you said no, and is that why you're hesitant about your identity?
Yeah, I would rather not be found.
Ah, now I feel bad for bullying Alifane.
You bullied Alifane?
Yeah, because she didn't tell me, and you were cute. And I told her to tell me about all the cute ones, and she didn't mention you. And I was really offended. But now I get it. It's fine.
He does paw and go like do some more. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah, when I got here, I asked that my name not be put on anything, that I be kept out of official paperwork, things like that, just because I'm very, 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 very far from home. But you never know.
Yeah, better to be safe, I guess. Can't even do that.
I just look at Tusk. Or the direction of Tusk.
Well, just sitting there, not making eye contact.
Was it Beckett that Reksha wanted to talk to?
Maybe.
Is he looking over at Reksha? Or at Beckett? Is he looking at himself?
He's just looking in the mirror. He's like, damn, I look good.
Damn, look at that. Damn.
Probably. There was probably when Beckett was walking away. There was like, you know how you like follow someone when you want to say something to. No,
Yeah.
not like that.
I was just gonna say, if he was like even glancing Beckett's direction, Beckett would probably look at him and be like, what?
Wah.
So like give him like a
Oh no.
Oh God, no.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but
He'll mouth like later.
nods.
I do need to retcon something.
What's that?
Okay.
It wasn't Empress, it was Queen.
Okay.
I said the wrong thing.
That's
So.
okay. Good to know.
Oh, is there a difference, and what could that difference possibly be? Could you please tell us?
I don't like it.
Yeah, just like let us know what she's the queen of, so we can make sure that we understand the differentiation between her and and an empress. You know, like just explain the
You
whole.
know, it's a
who
queen.
she is.
Alright.
Anyway.
It's wide.
My book's upside down.
Real
Dumka
Dumka
can't
moment.
read.
But anyway. Yeah, I'm very far from home, but there's always a chance.
Well, if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here to listen. And if you ever want tea for any sort of ailment, just let me know. I'll be around.
For the record, I'm not hiding anything. I don't mind talking about it. It's just never come up.
I wasn't
Until
going to assume
today.
you're hiding anything, but just sometimes people aren't in the mood to talk, and it's okay. You don't have to be in the mood to talk. It's okay to have a day where you're just like, nah, not today.
That's just like every day for me. I'm not much of a
That's
talker.
okay too. That's totally okay too. I talk enough for everybody, so it's fine.
You don't talk too much.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Really?
You're like the first person that's ever told me that.
Maybe it's just because I like listening to you.
Yay!
Literally have sex right now.
Stop!
So, any other conversations people want to have in the
I'll
moment?
just tell Matty thank you.
Of course. I am going to bring up to the group when Shasha's not around.
Sasha's kind of always around in here.
Shit.
There's not really a point where they're gone.
Go
Shit.
away, Shasha.
They're horde.
Shashay,
Go somewhere else.
you need to take a
Sasha,
walk.
can you wait here?
You know what? I'll give Shashay the sleepy time tea and hope it works.
You need to de-stress. You need, like, no nightmares, like, no traumatic events. Like, just clear your mind. It's been a lot.
Would you all like a moment? You could just
Yes,
ask
please.
if you would like a private moment.
Yes, please.
That's fine. Do you want me to leave or do you want to leave? I don't.
I mean, we're gonna get lost if we leave.
Sure. I will be just you calm. Just yell my name. The hall's kind of echo. So.
Wait, let me test. Shashi!
And
echo?
yeah, it echoes down the hall. And all right, well, I'll be down here. Kind of just wanders off into the darkness. And the room is yours. Tusk is still there, of course, but
I don't care. He's not getting paid. Speaking of getting paid, are we gonna ask for more? If we're gonna continue doing this stuff?
Oh, the money.
Money! We have a business to run, you guys. There's, like, bills to pay.
Trust me, I know that there is a business to run and bills to pay.
I know, and we kind
Shashay,
of got blindsided by everything, but I just wanted to double check because I know that was something that we had discussed.
Shashay said that we could ask for a bonus if we were blindsided by something, and I think this definitely counts.
I would just
I-
say it is a bit of a hard point to bring up, considering Shashay did just watch one, possibly two of their close family members get killed by another one of their close family members.
We technically lost one of ours and almost lost a second. This whole thing sucks.
This whole thing sucks.
I agree. I don't think there's a good time to ask for more money.
Thank you, Tusk. I'm still mad at you.
You don't get an
Tusk,
opinion.
Sorry.
I really need to. You know I'm nice. I really need. You know what? I'm just gonna. If everyone's Dumka's like walking back over to Tusk, if everyone's like okay, I'm just gonna. And he takes the chair and spins it around so that Tusk is facing the wall. Like I'm just gonna do that. Okay? Does that mean does that mean I'm sorry? Just Tusk, just quiet time.
Quiet.
Okay.
corner. Okay.
As long as I have this, I don't feel comfortable going home.
That's a big one, huh?
Yeah, I don't think we should go home. I don't want to put people in that position. Because if Tusk found us and couldn't do what Guinea wanted, then... Well, wouldn't that mean Guinea would be the next one to show up And possibly with more than just werewolves and a cat.
Yes, which we haven't even talked about those werewolves. Has this just... I don't know. But I mean, I thought I feel maybe we do know enough, but part of me just feels like there could be something else to learn, but maybe it's just a case of killing a dragon. Maybe it's just that simple, but it doesn't feel that simple.
Yeah, what about the queen? Do you think...
That
Hold on, wait, I go and I turn Tusk back around. Okay, really quick, Tusk, you don't know anything else that Ganir said about the queen, like anything at all. No, not the happy music.
while you fix that, Dumka will kind of add on. Like, did he talk about the queen as if like was it in reverence? Is it someone that could be on the level of the dragons? Is it a person, not a dragon? Is it
God?
He's like I said, he never knew that I was overhearing him. This wasn't like he would talk to me about whoever this queen is.
But how did he like, was
Do you
he
remember
speaking in reference? Was he
context or
praying?
sentences?
It was definitely I guess reverence.
Would he pray?
I've never known him to pray, but like I said, he's been changing quite a bit, so I wouldn't rule it out.
Did he
Also-
call her by any other names?
I always just heard queen.
My queen?
Yes. I also would like to point out, I'm sure you all would come to this conclusion at some point yourselves. He does know where you all call home. So if he can't find these lifebloods, his next place of where he would go is there. So
Bloody hells!
like I said,
Matty.
I'm sure you all would have.
It was really rude. I'm sorry.
Well, then maybe if we can keep him following at enough of a distance but just give ourselves time to figure out what sort of... Do dragons, like, worship gods? Is that like the Bahamut thing and those people that we found in
yeah.
the...
Well, there is
I am not
Bahamut
much
and
of a religious person. Sorry.
there is Bahamut and Tiamat. Because I have a symbol of Bahamut. I worship both Moradin and Bahamut.
And you know Cameron.
And I know
Beckett-
Cameron.
When it was set, when you asked, do dragons worship gods? Beckett mutters something under his breath. I don't know who's near him, or if you want people to like roll or base it off of their passives if they hear him, but
I would say at least Reksha would hear you. If we're just going off passive, what's Maddie's passive? Perception.
Perception, not so great. 11.
Okay, yeah, so Reksha would probably.
My
hear, but-
investigation, though, I would have found those at first glance. Passive of 18 investigation. He couldn't hide those knives from me.
so then Reksha would hear him mutter, they like to be worshipped as gods under his breath.
Oh my god, so much food we're eating. But Dumka's in his book because Dumka doesn't hear what Beckett says. Dumka's like, there's Bahamut and Tiamat, but there's also, we saw in the temple an entire pantheon that no one ever talks about. There's Asgorath, the World Shaper. There's Halal. There's Astilabor. There's Tamora. There's Null. and they're symbols that Dylan didn't draw, but Dumka
Yeah.
drew really like shittily.
They're in the lore thing too. I'm pretty
Totems,
sure.
yeah.
If you all want
Yeah,
to
they're
scroll
in
up. So
they're in lore from way back when. So I mean maybe
Maybe you're one of those.
like
Has
Tamora.
Melanie heard like
Tamora
she-
was known as her Mercy.
Has Matty heard anything in like history books or like any of her studies about like queens in reference to dragons? She does speak Draconic,
can-
if that helps.
you could make a history check if you would like.
Sure. Is this disadvantage or regular?
I would just say it's a straight roll.
Okay. Please, ice, go! Okay, history. Oh shit. 17 plus 8.
Well, the most well-known queen is the Queen of Dragons, which is Tiamat. Mostly everybody would know that. However, there is one other name that you've come across that isn't a queen of dragons, but
Okay.
is connected to dragons.
Okay.
Maddie would definitely bring up Tiamat. I mean, the obvious one would be Tiamat, but that seems too obvious.
She
I thought it was
has
really
gone
smart
by
there, but-
multiple different aliases. Some of them is the Queen of the Dead, the Lich Queen, Lady Bull, all different names that this
Lady who?
individual.
Lady.
Like, can you?
Ball.
Okay.
I say those
Um,
words.
And who is that? Minus all those names you just said.
This individual was
Like with a
And
B
you-
or a V?
V.
Okay.
VOL.
Bull.
Yeah. The story of her was she was a half elf, half dragon,
Oh.
and there was an old war between the dragons and the elves.
Oh.
And the dragons.
would have heard something about this being Ladrin and all.
Mm-hmm. This was a very long time ago.
A really
though.
old story, like
Yeah.
before shit.
Yeah, even with that role, you probably wouldn't know much more of, except she was half dragon, half elf, and
It's almost like mythos.
kind of, yeah. It's almost, yeah, it's almost like an urban legend almost.
An urban legend, yeah, like it's a mythos at this point.
Like how the Lifebloods were an urban legend
Yeah.
in a mythos. Alright.
Or it's just Tiamat.
You're really smart, Maddie. Is there somewhere that we can learn more about her? Since we can't go home. Or maybe shouldn't. You've like been to like
Been a lot of
libraries,
places.
right?
Yeah, there's been a lot of libraries. Trying to
Is there
think
like a
which
really
one would be
big
like a
library?
bigger one.
What's funny is that I think Chel just got up, but I bet the answer would probably be known by Beckett.
Yeah, probably.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, what was that library called? Was it like Blue Spirit or like Cerulean, like consciousness, or what was it called?
I would. Maddie's suggestion would be Singorn because elves.
Hmm.
Or somewhere.
Something on this continent?
Yeah.
Cobalt Soul.
Yeah, most of you all would know about the Cobalt Soul.
Yeah,
So.
Cobalt Soul.
Would Beckett know? I don't think he would know.
Actually, Beckett probably wouldn't. That's actually fair. Yeah, Beckett.
Yeah,
probably
I don't
wouldn't.
think he would know.
Like, I think you would know of them, but you don't know how much of an influence they have on this continent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You mean those stuffy monks with the sashes?
I mean, they have really cool libraries. Like, it's a lot.
I don't normally put really cool and library in the same sentence, but no, okay, I asked and I got an answer. Okay, so where's the nearest library of the Cobalt Soul?
Fuck, where are we? Wait, we're in the
Sean,
There's
Sean,
dead titans outside. I don't
Sean.
know. We're by
Hey!
Jorha.
We yell.
Hey!
We start yelling.
Shoshay!
Oh, where's the closest McDonald's?
I'm coming.
Wait,
I'm
over.
coming. Hold on. And they come walking back. They're definitely not sprinting by any means, but
That's fine.
Shoshay, pick up the pace.
they will actually pull out a map for you all. Let me send you all a little map really fast
Map.
of the area.
It's the map. It's the map. It's the map.
So you all are currently in the Penumbra range, overlooking the Incanter's Rest. So you all are around those mountain ranges
Oh
right
my
there.
god, we're like,
Okay, shit.
yeah.
Oh, we're like in
Yeah.
We're
Jorha.
in Lightshore? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing the closest Cobalt Soul library is kind
Quite a
of
bit
far.
away. Yeah, quite a bit away.
Probably in the Empire, huh?
Yeah, I'll have to look up to see if there's one in Nicodranus or anything, because I forget if there is or not. Or Port Damali. I'd have to look it up.
There
Which
might actually.
I'll
yeah, there
do
might be
after
one.
game. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it might be pretty safe to try to go to the Empire for a little bit. I don't know if he would be it's. I don't know if he has the balls to just go directly attack a place like the Empire.
If we had the ship, I mean, we could just apparently go hit the sea and probably just make our way back to the Menagerie Coast, but we don't have a ship anymore. Oh no! Everyone is waiting at the ship.
I sent them a message. They are long gone, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay. They want to swing around for a pickup? No, they're too far away. What am I saying? They're on the other side of the world. They're in Marquette.
I can get us back to Port Zoon. I have a portal that connects to my basement that I can get to and from relatively quickly.
Oh! When were you going to say that part?
I didn't think we wanted to go back to Port Zoon.
Well, I know. I guess that's true, but this
We're
is
just
all very
thinking of the
difficult.
best library or place to research this queen.
I might need to, and I might need one to tell Zach and Mom to go on a vacation.
Well, you can tell Zach. Right now, can't you?
I have been sitting here holding this sending stone since last night because I have 25 words. How the hell do I sum this up?
Sit on
Sure.
it for 2 weeks and send it at the beginning of the next one.
Get out of the city. Things are really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. Oh my god, get out of the city now.
No
Should-
context, just get out.
Should I say that to him? Is that going to make him
No!
work? I thought that you were saying that's what I should say to him.
I think that is the details don't matter.
I mean,
What about?
if you mention a dragon, wouldn't that help escalate the expediency?
What about if I said we are safe, but the job went bad. You should take Mom and Dad and go somewhere else for a while. Leave Port Zoon? That sounds really bad.
That's
Okay.
exactly, but that is what the situation is. So why try to couch it and potentially slow down his departure and put them in danger when you should just tell them that the situation is bad and they should leave?
That's the thing. You didn't know about me, did he?
No, but he
no, I
does
don't.
now.
Yes, he does now.
whether he knew about someone or not before, like, it's
And
bad.
Valeric, he survived the first attack.
And our employees. This is why I'm saying it needs to just get the family
Okay.
and the employees out of the city immediately. Like, should be
Okay.
communicated.
And
Okay,
mine
okay.
too, mine too. Tell him to go get my brother
Okay,
at the shop.
25 words. So, hold on. I'll use the sending stone.
Okay. Are you not
Zach?
gonna like, type this out before you start?
I just started it! I said, Zach! Zach, we are fine, but the job went bad. Get Mom and Dad
Employees
the employees
and Maddie's brother.
and Maddie's brother out of Port Zoon
Immediately.
immediately.
Bye.
Ah! 25.
So Zach, you get that. It is probably. Luckily, you're still awake because it's probably late at night for you. But again,
Marquette time.
you're a night owl, so that's fine.
I am a night owl. I'm probably out on the town right
Yeah.
You're like just in the middle of beating up like a villain. It's like, hold on, flip.
So every time I get a new word, I use another punch. It's like, hurry up and finish this sentence. What the hell did you all do?
Can't send a
You
message
got
until
way
tomorrow.
more words. If you want, okay.
I think you heard before you even hear what the hell did you all do? You hear this long groan, like
Okay.
exasperated, like I fucking knew it groan. And then what the hell did you all do? If you die, I'm going to kill you.
I know you can't hear me, but that doesn't even make any sense.
Don't give me attitude. You know you fucked up. Fix it.
How does he do that?
He knows.
Message delivered, I guess.
Yeah.
So where do we go? Do we go to Port Zoon?
Well, I actually think that is a good place for us to end for the night, and we can discuss what your all's next plan is going forward,
Oh boy.
since it is 11 o'clock.
My little
So.
sending stone.
We have to evacuate so many people.
Right?
Well, with that being said, you all can go ahead and level up.
Oh shit.
Oh, woo, baby!
Level 9.
Let's go, baby! Woo!
So yeah, you can level up in between games.
Nice.
Is there any last minute announcements we need to do
Don't
before?
forget to check out Cardboard Castle Games and Little Dragon Corp. Thank you to Adrian Von Ziegler for our background music that we use here on our Wednesday streams. And check out our schedule.
And our Discord.
And our Discord. And our YouTube.
No.
And bye, Kristy.
Bye, Chris.
Tried
so-
so hard. I know.
With that being said, we'll be back next week with Waterdeep and seeing how that whole thing turns out. But that being said, I thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next week. Don't forget to add that proficiency bonus. Bye-bye.
Love you, bye.